There are stories that connect us to ourselves and to each other. These stories reveal who we are and show us the many vivid colors of our truth. Welcome to Soul Wanderings, where we raise spiritual awareness and foster connections through these shared stories and personal experiences. Now, exclusively on KGRA Digital Broadcasting, your hosts, AJ and Natalie.
And welcome to Wednesday night Soul Wanderings with me, AJ.
And Natalie.
Hi, Natalie.
Hello.
It's Wednesday, and you know how we feel about Wednesdays.
Love, 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 love.
We kind of like them. They're all right, all right.
Right.
So welcome, everyone. We are hanging out on rumble.com. We are hanging out on Facebook. We are hanging out on kgradb.com.
All those
Your
places.
number one paranormal and alternative talk network, where we are hosted. And it's so lovely. Ooh, there we are. There we go.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Yes, now we sound like us.
Yes.
So tonight's going to be a little bit different. We're going to kind of switch things up a little bit. Our guest last week, as you know, had to reschedule, and we brought in our sweet friend Marty Rawson, which was a treat. We had the same thing happen this week, but instead of finding a replacement guest, you guys are going to hang out with us tonight, and we have some fun things planned. So we hope you stick around, because we're going to have some really cool conversation about one, human design, which Natalie is specialized in. Specialized about, yeah. What is that? Yes, specialized in.
Oh, so good.
We have some really big questions to ask each other.
Yes.
That we feel like would benefit and contribute to all of you out there. And then we're also going to have you guys participate. So if you're listening to us live tonight, March 15th, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern.
This is Beware the Ides of March. I always remember that from Shakespeare. The 15th of March is the Ides of March. Did you know that?
I think I was aware.
Trivial knowledge.
So if you are live with us tonight, you guys can hop on onto the chat room. Hop on over to the chat room on kgradb.com. Go over to Facebook. Go to KGRA Digital Broadcasting, and you'll be able to type questions to us. So if you guys listen to our show and you're like, I wonder if this, whatever question for Natalie, whatever question for me, you guys can ask them. Tonight's the night we're going to open up that dialogue to you to ask us any questions. Any questions that are respectful and in a good place.
Or we reserve the right to reframe the question.
Exactly. Or
be like, that was not.
Right.
Airworthy.
And honestly, airworthy. And obviously, like, even ask hard questions. If you guys are going through something and you're like, Natalie, how would you navigate through this for yourself? And you're just looking for some advice, like, that door is open. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We've done this before in the past where I've had me and a guest or a past co-host where we've done that. And it's been really neat because you guys can get to know us outside of just being the hosts of Soul Wanderings. Like, has
in our people part, in our people places where we're just people.
Yeah. All of that. So I hope you guys are joining us on one of those platforms. Oh, I see some of you piling in. Hi, Joe. Hi, Charles. So grateful for you guys visiting every week.
Yeah.
We do have a great listenership. So grateful for you guys. We wouldn't be here without you. So thanks for coming in. Oh, thanks. Yep. It was my birthday.
It was your birthday. How was your birthday?
My birthday was it was just so amazing. My best friend in the whole entire world lives 4.5, 5 hours away from me, and I go see her as much as I can. She does have ALS, so she doesn't come up and see me anymore. things are definitely different, but I think that she is one of the most amazing and special people I've ever known. And we've been best friends since 7th grade. So I got to spend the day with her and her husband, who we met in 9th grade. And they've been together ever since. And then my partner, and then their kids. And she planned a very intentional and beautiful time. Very thoughtful, like, it was actually pretty neat. We
Yeah.
have time to share, so I'll share.
We do.
She planned, and so, well, from the beginning, I went down there for a couple of days, and I went to Vegas for a couple of days, and I went back to her house for my birthday. And then I got home late last night. And on my actual birthday, she did a little surprise. She went and picked up flowers that my son and his wife ordered and delivered. So her and her caretaker, she has a living caretaker, they drove to the florist and brought the flowers. I got surprise flowers for my kids.
Wow.
And then she did a 3-course meal. So her husband did the cooking, but she, with her, he was her hands. They made, for an appetizer, pickles and peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh my goodness.
Because that was our after school snack when we were growing up. We loved pickles and peanut butter sandwiches.
You're the one that taught me about pickles and peanut butter and
so
how
good.
well they go together. I did not know before. You're like, just try it. And I'm like, okay. Oh my goodness. That's really good.
Yeah. And normally I don't really eat bread, but you eat them on white bread. And her daughter-in-law made them into like little hearts and flowers. And it was really cute.
Aw.
And then we had tempura vegetables, because her and I used to go have, we call them coffee drives. So we would go get a coffee and then we would drive around for hours having just all these beautiful conversations and talk about our lives and our future. And it was just a way for us to have private conversation without spouses and kids. And even we did that even before they came along. Like, it was just a thing. And then we'd end up at some restaurant and have an appetizer together. And usually it was tempura vegetables.
Oh.
And then the main course was homemade carne asada fries.
Oh.
Yeah. Because that's something we love sharing together, on those late nights where you're like, we want some bad food.
Gotta go to that restaurant that's around here.
So her husband actually cooked the carne asada all day in the smoker, and then made homemade sauce, like salsa verde and guacamole. And we had those 3 little meals that she just very intentionally planned out. It was just so sweet. It was so sweet. And I really can't talk too much about her because I'll be a blubbering mess. Like, my heart just wants to explode when I think about the amount of love I have for her and the kind of life that we've had. Like, she's my person. Like, we've been literally best friends, like 3/4 of our life. And it's pretty awesome. And so, yeah, my birthday was uber special.
Oh, yeah. I think that's really profound. The ability to maintain friendship for all those years.
Yeah, we've actually been through quite a bit.
It's like, that's really something.
Yeah.
Then I was thinking about that one day. I don't know why, just random thoughts. And then I thought, well, my first partner was like from that time, from like junior high to until she died. And then it's like, oh, then I understood, because I'm like, I don't have any connection. I'm like, oh yeah, I did. Yeah. I did. It just stayed from that spanning 20 years. And so, and
it's
yours
really
has been,
neat.
Yeah,
I don't know how long it's been. Geez, I'd have to do the math. Every time I think I have it figured out, I don't know.
You're like, I don't know.
I turned 46 this year. We met when we were 13. You guys figure it out.
Oh, yep, that's over.
It's a long time. And I love her story of how we met. She had transferred over to the junior high I was already at. She walked in health class and sat right behind me. And I turned around and I was like, well, you were at the back of my hair. because I had big hair at the time. And she was like, yeah. And I just was like, okay, you're my friend. Like
Just like
anyone
that.
who's just going to wrap the back of my hair because it wasn't big enough. Yeah.
You're like, you're back there and you can do that.
We've
You
been
can
best
access
friends
it.
ever since. And that's awesome. I love it. I'm so grateful.
Someone that knows you inside and out and can prepare all the appropriate foods
Yeah. The
to
food
go
was
down memory lane.
yeah, it was just very thoughtful. The food part was, but
Yeah.
just like the quality time I got to spend with her and all the other people who were there, just really spoiling me with attention and affection. And we had a lot of memory sharing, and it was just beautiful. I'm so grateful.
So good.
It's
I'm
so
happy
good.
for you. That's a happy birthday.
It was very happy. Yeah. I love birthdays. I always have. They're so meaningful, not just my birthday, but everyone's birthday. And I just think it's really special that we get to have birthdays and celebrate the fact that we're here. Like just because we were born, like we could have a day for us.
So it's a good tradition.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I like it. So, yay for birthdays.
It's interesting because today is the day we've designated as the cat's birthday.
Really?
So it's like all 4 of the cat's birthday, just because it just made
Oh,
March
all of
15th.
them?
We just
Oh, that's so good.
because I don't know any of my animals. Well, I know my bird's hatch date.
Mhm.
I know her specific date, but none of my other animals. They've all come along, and so they were not tracked. Their births were not tracked. So just designated today as the cat's birthday.
That's really cool. So my birthday's on the 13th. My sister's is on the 14th, and my sister-in-law's is on the 15th.
Oh, wow.
So, and my dad's is on the 7th. We have a lot of March birthdays. but-
Lot of Pisces energy going on.
Hell yeah. Okay, that was my best friend that just said that. That was her all the way. I was around her way too much this weekend.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yes, Joe, I'm a Pisces. The chat going on. So, yeah, those of you who are just joining us, we're just letting you know our guest had to reschedule. There's a bug going around and lots of people are sick. I've heard that like even a lot of our hosts are sick and not being able to do their show. So send them all tons of love and light and
Right.
healing because it's needed in the world right now. A lot of people are really fighting this horrible bug that's going around, whatever it is. It doesn't even need a name. It's just really horrible.
Yeah.
And so tonight, that means Natalie and I, instead of pulling in a last moment guest like we did last week for another sickness, we decided that we are going to do the show ourselves. So we have a lot of things we're going to talk about tonight. It should be fun. And also in the second hour, we're going to leave the floor up to you guys. And if you guys don't show up and ask questions, that's okay. We have other things we're going to be sharing, and we're all going to have a little learning time together because we have so many things to share with you. But in the second hour, if you guys have any questions for Natalie or myself, please type them in the chat room. You can do that on Facebook, on rumble.com, or on the chat live stream on kgradb.com. Also, we thought it would be fun to do a little switcheroo. So,
Yes.
I mean,
I'm game.
Normally I'm the host and I guide the direction of the conversation and the topics. But tonight we're going to hand that over to Natalie, and I am going to navigate my role in this show differently this evening.
It's going to be an interesting. We're experimenting.
We're experimenting, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
It will be a lot of fun.
Thanks for joining us. So sit down. I hope you all have a wonderful beverage.
Oh, yeah.
Of choice. I'm drinking water and coconut water energy drink.
Huh.
So
Yeah, I have some.
I keep hitting my mic. Sorry, guys.
Some tea.
And Natalie's drinking tea. I think
Yeah.
Chanel's drinking tea. And whatever you're drinking, get cozy. let's have some deep conversations.
Put the kettle on, make the tea.
So our guest last week was really awesome, Marty.
You just got to love Marty.
I love Marty. I just want to give a shout out to him. You guys, he's a good guy and he'll be back.
We'll be
we
back.
always get requests for him. We'll bring him back.
Yeah.
And we had a challenge last week also for voicemail challenge.
Yes.
The-
And
The
how did that go?
voicemail challenge was to call the Whisper Wednesdays voicemail at 801-686-8214 to leave us your affirmation.
Right.
Did anybody call?
No.
Y'all let us down.
Right. We were hopeful
We
that a
need-
challenge would do it.
Yeah. No, it didn't work. Listen, the Whisper Wednesdays voicemail is very new.
Right.
And if you guys are wondering what it is, it's a place for you to call and leave a random voicemail. It can be anonymous. It can be from you. It does not matter. But if you have an inspiration, a motivation, a release, a share, a suggestion, any of that, you just leave it there. 801-686-8214.
8214.
It's our numerology.
It did. It's a beautiful number.
Okay, now you can leave. Go ahead. I'm going to stop talking now. It's your turn.
It says I'm just following along, and then she hands over the reins, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like,
I'll stop talking now.
no, it's all fine. So I loved that Marty went through the different back with Marty and the content, and they can check it out. But he went through the different chakras, and he talked about why some spirits don't cross over completely,
Mhm.
and he has so much information in his head and in his book that
Mhm.
he wrote. But it was interesting his bringing in the chakra systems and explaining that.
Mhm. Yeah, I like that. I like any kind of information on chakras because there's
Yeah.
so much to each and every single one. They're so in depth.
They are.
We just look at them as like rainbow colors in the body and maybe know they're energy centers of some kind, and they may do this and they may do that, but there's actually a crazy amount of information on each chakra and what they do for us on every level, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally,
Right.
all of the above.
And they get plugged up.
They
They
do.
really do get plugged up.
Well, if you eat your vegetables.
Then
No,
so
honestly,
the rainbow of
if you eat the
vegetables
rainbow
will-
of fruits and vegetables,
This
it
is
really
good.
does help your chakras.
This is
clear.
very good practical knowledge, and this is actually part of what will continue in the
Mhm.
second hour. But about, I like that.
Mhm.
Eat your vegetables,
Right.
even
No.
if it's just so your
Or wear the
chakras clear.
color. Like
Oh.
if your chakras like is off, not spinning, not activated, you could wear that particular color.
Yes, I
Just
had
having that energy.
someone did a reading with me one time, and he's like, "Whoa, your solar plexus is not flowing. Wear yellow."
Yeah. It works.
And I'm like, I don't
that.
have any yellow in my wardrobe. And then I added some.
Oh, did you go make a purchase?
Did I what?
You went and made a purchase?
Yes, that was a little while ago. Well, yeah, I did.
Cool. That's good.
Practical, purposeful purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us. We're bringing in all our threads. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. This practical knowledge is very, very, there's so many systems of knowledge, and the best thing I would say, or the best system of knowledge, is the one that you learn to apply and you experiment with it
Mm-hmm.
to actually see what happens if you apply something, or reading a self-help book or those types of things. And a lot of us will read it and we'll be like, oh, that's nice, or that's a nice meme on Facebook, or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, and really don't get it into walking it in our everyday life.
Right.
And when we walk it, that's definitely where things start making some sense.
Hmm.
I'm going to eat my vegetables with the full intention of doing my chakra, my green ones for my heart. You know, generally speaking, when I would go and get energy work, they would talk about my heart.
Uh-huh.
Your heart's blocked. I remember one time I was having Reiki done and she says, you know, your heart's blocked. I'm like, I know, I did that.
You're like, I did that. Thanks.
Yeah.
I blocked that.
Yeah,
I blocked that all up
I
all
did
by
that.
myself.
I did that. You want to undo that? And I'm like, no, not right
Mhm.
now.
Yep, I did that all by myself.
Maybe in the future. I've also learned that, you know, even if something's blocked up, that doesn't necessarily, you know, so it's such a big world, this energy healing world.
Mhm.
And in my own personal experience, I've had energy work done, and I've sometimes thought, oh, you know so much. And over time, I've learned that I know a lot about my body, but I am the willingness to learn from people as I'm having work done or being a student myself
Mhm.
is just learning and growing as I go through different types of modalities and learning that and doing the work.
Yeah.
So what do you think about, so I'm not sure if this is on our schedule, but this is just random.
Oh, we're
It's like
just random. Yeah.
we're random.
We do have a
Um,
schedule of things we're going to talk about, but this is one of them somewhere in there.
Right. And we've talked about this before, although doing the work. What does that look like? What does work mean? Doing your work
Well,
for you?
in what regards?
That's
Like doing the work energetically, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally,
right. There's
in
all those different
general.
ways. And
Like,
it gets super confusing. Even when we're talking, you and I are talking about it, gets really confusing.
well, because we work with all those arenas when we're working with clients.
Right.
We are working in all of those realms. And so when you ask me, what does it look like when I'm doing the work? I'm working on a little bit in all of those arenas for myself.
Right.
Some days more in one arena than the other. It just depends on what I'm going through in my human experience at that time. I feel like every day I'm doing work. That's my commitment to myself. That's why I'm here. We're having school and we are here to clean up all of that
Density, heaviness, or
all of it. Yeah, all of it. We're here. The work for me means the undoing.
the undoing of like
Programming, of conditioning, of whatever propaganda has been thrown our way from birth. And coming back into our true selves, coming back home to ourselves. That's what I look at it as. So in order to do that, I mean, there are many platforms in each one of us as a human being, as this meat suit, as our vessel that we carry through this life. We are carrying around this big old backpack of garbage. And it's really about pulling one thing out at a time and like really looking at it and do I need this? Or can I toss this?
Can I toss this? And
the older I get, I realize that my backpack is a lot lighter because there's a lot of things I just don't even carry anymore because I don't need to.
So true.
And it's really awesome.
It's nice when it gets lighter.
It's a good place to be. And not that my life is like carefree and easy, but as I've gotten older, it's definitely become easier with the tools that I carry in my backpack.
That's the idea.
Because I have a tool pack inside my backpack.
It's pretty crazy that you have a tool pack.
I'm like, yep. Here it is.
Yeah, mine too.
Carry with me everywhere. My bag of tools. That's really the simplified version of it.
Mm-hmm.
I love when we talk when we have conversations, you and I, and we are, because I'll have clients or you have clients and we'll talk to each other about the situations to help each other, like, work through those situations with the client
Right.
as a support system.
Mhm.
And it always comes down to they're not doing the work or they're doing the work.
Right.
Yeah, that's how we do it. We're like, they've got some
Or they're
work to do.
Just
And it's
stepped
not a
on.
judgment call. It's like, we're here to help them with the work because
Right.
that's what we're doing.
Right.
That's what we're here to do, is to help human beings through their human experience.
That's for sure.
And so that is that. Did I answer your question?
You did really well.
Okay.
And then we'll so now we have to take a break.
Yeah, it's actually break time. Look, your guy, I'm waiting. See, I'm all hinting to
It's
you.
like, oh,
Are we
yes.
done yet?
So it's like, yeah. So we're going to like get back into some stuff when we come back
Yeah.
from the break.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're not even getting into it yet
No.
because a break was coming up, which is now. And we'll take that. And when we get back, we'll dive deeper.
Let's go.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Did you know 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated? If you struggle with focus, run low on energy, or when it's time to finally sleep, you simply can't, this can all be linked to dehydration, and Fuel Up has the answer. Our proprietary formula contains the finest cellular hydration with the strongest immune-enhancing natural ingredients. The Fuel Up system is made up of 3 different incredibly tasting varieties. Wake kickstarts your day with a jolt of caffeine. Play boosts focus while hydrating your cells. Rest not only helps you relax, but also rejuvenates your cells while you sleep. Here's what our clients have to say.
I really don't miss my coffee, and you can tell the difference.
So I'm going to take it for the energy. I'm going to take it for the play. I'm going to take it, all day.
And it works. That's the thing. It works. We love it.
Take the Fuel Up Challenge now, where we offer a Feel the Difference money-back guarantee. Fuel Up for life.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected. Only at kgradb.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Soul Wanderings, heard here on kgradb.com every Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Tonight, you're hanging out with me, your host, AJ, and your co-host, Natalie.
Yes.
Except for we're kind of switching things up, and you're guiding tonight.
I'm practicing being host.
Yeah. Don't. Okay, now that you said that, I can feel the emails and DMs coming in. I'm not going anywhere.
Like I am not taking over either.
Natalie's
No
like,
desire.
no desire.
No
to do
desire to take over.
that. No. We're exactly in the roles we're meant to be in.
We
And
are.
it's just fun to switch things up every once in a while. So that's what we're going to do.
Right.
That's what we are doing.
Well, I mean, we didn't have a guest that was able to make it tonight, so we're improvising.
It's so crazy because I book guests out months in advance. Like we have a waiting list. We have people like wanting to get on the show, and I could call one of those people last minute, but
it was really last minute though.
It was really last minute, and I was like, that's just not nice.
No,
it's not nice to put someone under that kind of pressure, and so we'll just do it. And but we do have some great guests lined up. We have some new guests lined up this year and some return guests that you guys have asked to come back. So, in fact, next week we have a return guest. She hasn't been on for 2 years this month. So, I'm not going to tell you who she is, but.
Yes.
Not
You'll
yet.
have to wait for the announcement. Just before.
Next week.
Next week. It's teaser. That's what's so exciting about
She's awesome.
I get to doing this co-hosting with you is that I get these opportunities to visit with all these lovely, intelligent people with wonderful experiences, and
yeah, we really do have some great guests.
Add to my
and
knowledge.
Great listeners, the wanderers
Yes.
out in the world. Yeah. Okay. So we were talking about before the
Letting
break.
go.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about letting go, but we were
And the
we were
work.
talking about the work. So what
Correct.
I'm going to return the question to you. What does it mean to you to do the work?
So I was listening to you and some things were bubbling up. So I find that the work on some basic level is an awareness of what's tripping you up. So first and foremost, like you have to have this sort of awareness that, or is the heaviness or those. So the work can be an awareness of grudge holding or like resistance or difficulty in your life. That's like starting to have an idea of beliefs that we've picked up or agreements we've given into that just doesn't make life smooth. So it's this resistance. It's like the drag that you're encountering every day or frequently throughout your life. It can also be an awareness of relationships that are difficult. Like understanding that it's a difficult relationship, and then the work of going, okay, how do I make my way through this? You know, a lot is said, especially in the spiritual consciousness community, about the universe really wants us to be joyful. And so it's like, okay, so am I not joyful? Now that doesn't mean over the moon every minute, and it doesn't mean absolute zero problems in your life. The ability to be joyful is the ability to weather all those storms and come back to a sort of alignment. So I find the work is having an awareness. And then if you do not know how to move yourself through releasing the things that are the drag, then the willingness to seek out people that can help teach you that in various ways. So that's the work of actually the willingness. I find that first and foremost, the work is a willingness to let go of the things that are pulling you down.
Yeah. The backpack.
It's a backpack. It's a beautiful analogy.
It's used quite often, and every time I bring it up, I'm like, geez, I really want
So
to come
cliche.
up with something else. But it's such a good analogy to refer to because we all carry around this big old huge weight on our shoulders and our backs. And a lot of it is just really unnecessary, right? A lot of it's just self-induced
Yes.
drama.
Yes. Which, if you're not at the point of like stepping out of that path to let things go, then that may be, if that self-induced drama offended you, that might be a sign of some work.
Yeah,
If you find yourself
exactly.
offended by various things, then you're like, okay, that's a sign of some work.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a sign, definitely. And we were talking about this before the show a little bit because we were going over the topics, what we were going to talk about. And I remember saying, doesn't matter if I quote it or not because I don't remember, but as along the lines is, the older I've gotten, the less I've just cared.
Right.
It's just something I've heard happen and I never really understood it until like the last 5-6 years or so, where I just don't put things in my backpack anymore.
Right.
Just to put them in my backpack because I feel like I need to carry them around.
Right.
Like I just don't. My backpack's not very heavy. And a lot of times when it is heavier, it's not even my stuff. It's partly mine, but a lot of it is me like thinking about or feeling about someone else or
Right.
holding space for somebody else because
Right.
I just choose not to give a lot of energy to many things in my life that I used to.
Right.
That's nice.
That is nice. I
Mhm.
find that too sometimes. I feel like it, well, it could definitely be a human thing, but I experience that because I work with people going through some difficult life experiences.
Mhm.
And then I will find myself just thinking about them and just rehashing some of the stuff that they're going through or
Mhm.
feeling for them going through their difficult time.
Right.
That can definitely happen. But I agree with you. As the older I've gotten, the less I carry from one day to another day to another day.
Yeah.
Like I'm in this now. How about now?
And that's part of the work.
That's part of the work.
That's part of letting shit go.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you contemplate the backpack, which is a good analogy, and you think about how many things that you may be carrying from yesterday, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago,
Mhm.
5 years ago, 20 years ago. There's times when I'm working with clients and I say, so exactly how long ago did that happen?
Mhm.
And sometimes it's
A
like
long time ago.
more than a decade.
Yeah, that's
There's-
crazy to me.
It's just so much work to drag that every
Mhm.
day, every day, every day for over 10 years.
Right. I mean, and that goes along with like the people who haven't learned the art of forgiveness.
Right.
Think about that heavy load. People who were holding on to grudges and resentment for decades, and I'll never forgive them. And I get it. Some things you just can't even see how you could possibly forgive. I get that. I get that. I mean, I've been in situations where I have been like, how will I ever forgive this person?
Right.
But the best thing I ever did for me was forgive them. And that's a whole other topic. We won't even get into that, but
Right. Well, that we did touch on that last week. Marty had brought up, because I remember last week we were talking a little bit about that after the show, about how it's such a selfish, look, do this stuff for you, because it's much, much better to go through your life lighter.
Right.
And then that really does lighten your vibration.
It just, all of it just feels a lot better when you're less fatigued when you have less to carry.
So wise.
Energetically, physically, emotionally.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like for an example, over this past weekend with it being my birthday. I love birthdays. I don't even like, the older I get, I it's crazy. I even love them more. I'm more gratitude that I'm having a birthday because we don't know what tomorrow brings.
No, we don't.
And where life for me a long time ago was just like, yeah, birthdays are cool. I love them. I love having parties. They're cool. Right. It's completely a different meaning for me now to have a birthday. A lot more sentimental and intentional, and just sitting in the moment this weekend, having this birthday around people that I just love so much, and realizing like they have seen me like in my worst of times, my hardest of times, my saddest of times, my happiest. I mean, Karen, my best friend, was there when I gave birth to my child.
Wow.
Like she was with me in the room holding my hand, like she was my person.
Mm.
I mean, there have been so many amazing things that we've done together. And I think also part of the work is having an understanding of those moments, like being in the moment of gratitude, of intention, of happiness, like that true joy and bliss that we're meant to experience here. And you can't get to those moments without doing all the other stuff.
It's so true.
You
Or
don't
having
have the
gone
same
through some stuff.
appreciation.
No.
Yeah.
I was telling a client the other day, I said, you know what, my awareness, and especially, you know, talking about birthdays and getting older and just marking off those years as I've gotten older, you know, you just walk more miles, you have a lot more experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I've come to realize we come here to be human in this experience, and humanness is inherently messy.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, we obviously up there as a spirit say, let's go have an adventure.
Yeah, we think it's going to be a grand old time.
Well, it can be.
There are moments of it for sure.
It can be a grand old time, but we get a little lost along the way, especially when there are difficult things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of things that do happen in this human form. And every person's life is so different. So I'm talking to a wide variety of people that are listening to us and talking about, this subject. So this broad spectrum, but bringing it kind of together.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to just ask, what are like maybe a couple of your go-to ways of letting go? So what are a couple of ways that you actually work through letting something go that you've used in the past or use currently?
In the past, I definitely would let things go by avoiding. I say that with a big old smile. Like, I don't want to deal with that, so I'm not going to.
Did it really let them go?
Sometimes they just work themselves
Dissipated.
out.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's I could see that strategy.
Yeah. Sometimes I was making them bigger than they needed to be.
Okay.
And I didn't know that at the time. It just ended up fizzling out because I was like, not going to deal, not doing that. However, those ones that snuck up because I didn't deal with, I had to learn how to deal with. And I feel like now that I've gone through many different ways of navigating what that looks like, and this is in my human design, I feel things out for a couple of days. I don't sit and pick them apart and analyze them, but I just sit with them. And I come to a conclusion one way or another, if it's important to me or if it's not. If I can let it go, if it really does matter that much. Or if it does, then I go deeper into the work. If it matters to me, then, and I need to resolve it on some level, my practice is a lot of times meditation. I just feel my way through it, meditate my way through it, energetically release, clear, whatever that looks like for everyone else. For me, I do a lot of plant medicine. I do like smudging and burning and eating and all kinds of herbal things, and meditation and body movement. I'll dance and just shake it out, and everything is energy. Emotions are energy. Thoughts are energy. And sometimes just by moving your body and really releasing or meditating and connecting to my breath, they have a way of dissolving. They have a way of just going where they go. The universe takes care of it. And if it's something else that needs like more digging into, like psychologically or spiritually or whatever that looks like I talk to you about a lot of things.
Yeah.
I talk to my partner about a lot of things. I get it out of my body one way or another, like verbally. I'll write it down, do like a 5-minute write down things and release them, burn them, tear them up, whatever that looks like. Just get it out of me. But a lot of times, like, you don't even have to talk about it. You don't even really have to feel it. It just has a way of resolving itself. I think us as humans overcomplicate everything.
Yeah.
And so when it seems too big for us or too out of control for us, it's because we're making it that way.
Yes, we're too big or out of control.
I really feel like we have control of all of it at the end of the day. I'm not saying some things aren't heavy and some things aren't bigger than us.
Right.
But how we perceive them and how we feel our way through them is a choice. It's all manageable.
Yes. Now, those are skills that you practiced over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, on repeat every day. I was triggered today and I just had to talk about it and breathe it out and I was good. I mean, I am human. I am not perfect and I still have a fire in me.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to me as we're having a human experience.
Mm-hmm.
I will often say that. And I say that I do bring up the humanness a lot because it's
Charles brought up
point.
bubbles. Blowing bubbles.
Bubbles. Watch my little 5-year-old nephew. He loves bubbles. You know, bubbles just can make you happy.
Actually, I
Bubbles.
love that he brought that up because I do blow bubbles too. I mean, you know that. I keep them at the shop.
Yes.
I tell customers, here, connect to your breath. Here's some bubbles.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to quote that.
Mm-hmm.
Connect to your breath. Blow bubbles.
Well,
It's
that's
so
what you do.
good. I had not even. Where have I been?
I
And
have
not
no
ever
idea.
heard that.
Have you not been to a bubble party at Vibes yet? You're in the back with clients. You're missing out.
Right. Sometimes I don't. Nope. I'm out back there sludging through the swamp.
Here's a question from a listener. Do you two have any tricks for healing old traumas?
Huh.
Old traumas.
Old
Okay, well, that's a
traumas.
tricky question
It
because
is.
trauma is it's a tricky thing.
Trauma is.
I've done a lot of trauma healing. A lot. I've gone through a lot of trauma in my life. And we all do. I've gone through more than I should in a lifetime.
Yes,
I signed up for a lot this time because I'm not coming back.
When I think about that, I mean, as you were talking, even I was having like a few memories pop in
Mm-hmm.
that ought to have left something that were not fun. I don't even know. I think that through my learning to not hold on to so many things,
Mm-hmm.
like just cultivating that habit of not continuing to pack into the backpack.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that stuff has lightened up somewhat on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the other part. So just to get kind of specific, I do actively practice perspective shifting.
Yeah.
Or in another way to say it is a reinterpretation. You can reinterpret memories. So if it feels really traumatic, it can be reinterpreted. I mean, depending on what it is.
What do you mean reinterpreted? Like restructured? Like there are different modalities where you can actually shift the energy from the old trauma so it's not as traumatic or the trauma is gone from that experience.
So that sounds like a transmutation of the energy. So you're transmuting it. For me, when I'm thinking about that, so when you're trauma, you're in the first person and you're the one experiencing it, and it's a sort of a victimization.
Mm,
And we'll just kind of just that for an example.
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of trauma that are all kinds of different things, but for example, that if you were traumatized, that often incurs a victimization role. So then you feel like you were victimized and that shouldn't have happened. And it was just wrong. And the person did horrible. Those are typical descriptors, things that you would talk about if you're talking about your experience. So to shift perspective, I know in my own personal experience, there was a connecting with what the other person involved was going through.
mm-hmm.
So a connection to, not that they were just doing something horribly wrong, but they were going through their own sort of space. Maybe they were in their own personal hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I was physically in the same area as they were going through a very personal, hellacious moment. And I got like blasted or shrapnel from that kind of personal hell. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's
So
similar to an SDE, a shared death experience.
Oh, yes.
I feel like,
That could be.
although no one is dying physically.
Yeah. But they're definitely in their own space.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes that often when people, let's just say if people become violent or say really hurtful things, I work with a lot of people that they'll get into arguments and then a lot of hurtful things are said. That's often what happens in relationships, is that you'll have an argument and then people will say things and then you're like, they said things that I just can't forgive.
Mm-hmm.
So that type of thing.
Yeah.
But if you come to an understanding, that person was in their own space, in their own problem or belief structure or wounds or any of that stuff. So shifting that perspective has helped me
Mm-hmm.
to take it, puts it a little bit more objective kind of a role. And then the compassion will come into my heart,
Mm-hmm.
and compassion is so healing
Mm-hmm.
for yourself and for the other person involved too.
Absolutely.
So then I get into a state of empathy and compassion.
Mm-hmm.
And then that, I don't even know how to say how it works, but it does.
Mm-hmm.
If you can shift into empathy and compassion for
Yeah.
yourself and people that are involved in a situation.
Right. It's vibrational,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
So if we look at the chart of vibrations and where those emotions land, those emotions are higher vibrational.
Right. Compassion, empathy,
Yes.
even neutral. Even
right.
if you can
Even
shift,
if you can shift to neutral, it's higher vibration than your fear and hate and
blame and shame
Mhm.
and
yeah.
right.
And I love referring to that type of chart. Like if I'm feeling a certain way, what's the opposite of that? I'm going to strive to feel that today instead.
Right. So the chart is, my brain just does not want to remember.
Oh, there's several different
Right.
emotional charts. I mean, most of them are pretty accurate. You could look them up. Just emotional vibration chart.
So the map of consciousness is the one that I typically
Oh, that's the one you use.
refer to. I know there was another one that, if people are familiar with Abraham Hicks, they also have a chart.
Yeah, that one's good. Also, Abraham Hicks one is good. I'll share a link in the chat room for all of you guys to look at. I actually have this printed on my wall. In fact, Dr. Corey gave me a big old laminated one. Huge.
Oh, how lovely.
When he taught at Vibes once. So
very nice.
Oh, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. We're coming up to our last break of the show, and the second hour is commercial free like always. But I want to remind you guys, if you have any questions for Natalie or myself, the second hour is the time to ask those. So if you want to ask anything, like anything really,
anything,
it doesn't have to be spiritual.
Nope.
It could be anything. hang out in the chat room on KGRA Digital Broadcasting, or over on rumble.com on KGRA Digital Broadcasting, or you can even go directly to kgradb.com and enter the chat room there. There's not a lot of activity going on over there. Looks like Facebook is the place popping tonight, which is crazy because usually that's not the place it's popping, but
maybe people that used to be on YouTube just moved over to Facebook.
Yeah, and if you are on Facebook, we can actually pop those questions up on the screen. Okay, well, that's going to be fun. I hope you guys have some good questions for us and it could be anything. It could be about us, about our human experiences, about a spiritual question, about something that you're going through, you want advice on.
Right.
Anything. You can ask us anything. This is going to be fun.
This is just random. It's not random, but this open format that we have I'm enjoying it. Hopefully the listeners are like thumbs up.
Yeah, we have the best listeners. You guys are seriously the best. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And we'll be back here in just a few short moments.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Did you know 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated? If you struggle with focus, run low on energy, or when it's time to finally sleep, you simply can't, this can all be linked to dehydration, and Fuel Up has the answer. Our proprietary formula contains the finest cellular hydration with the strongest immune-enhancing natural ingredients. The Fuel Up system is made up of 3 different incredibly tasting varieties. Wake kickstarts your day with a jolt of caffeine. Play boosts focus while hydrating your cells. Rest not only helps you relax, but also rejuvenates your cells while you sleep. Here's what our clients have to say.
I really don't miss my coffee, and you can tell the difference.
So I'm going to take it for the energy. I'm going to take it for the play. I'm going to take it, all day.
And it works. That's the thing. It works. We love it.
Take the Fuel Up Challenge now, where we offer a Feel the Difference money-back guarantee. Fuel Up for life.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected, only at kgradb.com.
I forgot. Hi, everyone. I was going to post you the map of consciousness. I'm going to do that. Give me a minute. Welcome back. We are hanging out on kgradb.com. And if you guys want to follow us on our social media, that would be really awesome. I don't really talk about that much, but last week I did. I really want to share it with you. Then you can see which guests are going to be up and coming. So we do the show announcement, and then you can see what guest is coming for that week. Maybe one day I'll be more of an active participant and do more than show announcements. But
well, I mean, it's not like you just are sitting eating bonbons most of the time.
Dang it.
You are very very busy woman.
I have a few
You have
businesses and
a lot
an
of things
art
going-
addiction.
That's true. I know you don't sit that much unless you just happen to be needing to move through some.
Yeah,
you don't feel good. That's about the only time I see you sitting down.
Yeah. Yay, MS. Makes me take the pause. There's good in everything, right?
Oh, yeah. See, that's perspective shifting already.
Yeah, that's the way it be. If you guys head on over to soulwanderings.com, you'll be able to link to all of our social media platforms there. If you're curious or would like to, it's a good place to do it. So, second hour questions. If you have any questions for Natalie or myself, feel free to chat them up in caps on our Facebook page, KGRA Digital Broadcasting, or rumble.com under KGRA Digital Broadcasting, or KGRADB in the chat room. Meanwhile, we're just going to hang out and continue talking and having these Q&As with ourselves. For you, and hopefully you learned something really beautiful from all of that. And feel free to pitch in at any time.
That's right. So, well, which direction do we go? So, well, we didn't do Natalie Nuggets, but I'm going to do that now, if that works for you. Which will lead us into
You're
the first.
guiding.
She's like,
the
you're
lead.
the host. This is you just go with it. So this came up this last week, and I find that when topics bubble up, they tend to, well, most of the time they tend to be a human thing anyway. So what was coming up this week was how we often, and it definitely is, I find that it's an American thing, we accumulate a lot of physical stuff. And of course, in my line of work, I'm dealing with people who have had a loved one die. And so in my group earlier this week, they were talking about how their loved one acquired or had a shopping habit or collected a bunch of things, and they're left to move the stuff along. And sometimes people fight over it, or there is battles over getting rid of stuff. And there was also one particular person that was helping her mother move, and her mom didn't want to get rid of anything. So then she says, how many times are we going to have to move VHS tapes? So I wanted to chat a little bit about the acquisition of items. And I myself have some VHS tapes. So
I'm feeling
I'm just as-
personally attacked right now, but I don't want to carry that in my backpack. So let's work through that tonight.
So it's like, oh, yes. So this physical acquisition of stuff. Now, I know our economy is quite a consumer-driven economy. So we are bombarded by buy and go get and stores. And I've had my own bouts of retail therapy. I acquired a lot of things. I had clothes with tags on them that I wasn't wearing, and I inherited several people's things and then had to wade through that. So all of those factors go into, you don't even have to go out and buy all the stuff. Sometimes that is the fact. And I've heard often of people that just have a shopping habit, and then it becomes looking like a hoarder house or something like it. Or there's so much where you don't get to move freely and energy doesn't flow because there's a feng shui to things too. So if you have a lot of items, then the energy doesn't flow. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And you're triggered over there. So
I'm like, really not triggered, but I
have some stuff.
Well, I think that a lot of my shopping addictions in the past have been emotionally driven by trauma and grief. So whenever so I'm like, this can go in so many different directions. The biggest hoarding issue I have is with art supplies. in craft supplies because that's therapeutic to me, not just to have the supplies to create my art, but to have the supplies just to look at because I love looking at them.
Oh, yeah.
And so if they're on sale, even though I mean, okay, so we bought a house a year ago. I just unpacked one room that was just all craft supplies that we just shoved in there till I could get to it. And I have a quarter of the room filled up with canvases right now.
Oh, well, you have to have a lot of canvases, right?
Oh, well, yes. And yes, if you're creating art, but no, if you're just buying them because they're on sale and you may use them one day.
That's true.
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. But also,
when you have them all set out there and you realize what your back stock looks like
Mhm.
now, you're just like, wow, that's a lot.
well, and it's not just canvases. It's like anything. If I feel like I know I'm going to use a lot of them in the future and they're on sale, like a really good sale or clearance or whatever, I'm going to grab them.
Oh, sure.
But I just haven't created art for a hot minute because of all these other reasons. And now I'm creating art. I literally don't have to go buy anything. Like all my supplies are there. But it's not just with that. Like I'll do it with food. I'll do it with clothes.
I've done it with food too. There was a period of time not that long ago that I was realizing I was like stockpiling and kept buying and buying. I'm like, I have enough food.
Right. And it's not food I ever end up eating.
Oh.
I'm just like, if someone comes over, they might like this. Because, when people come over, I'm like, are you hungry?
Yes,
do I
you
need
do.
to feed you? Because food is a happy.
Remember the one time I was leaving your house and you sent me with things to eat. Here, I'll just give this to you. It was very good, by the way.
There's a comment in the chat. Buy our stuff. It will make you happy. The trick is to be happy, not make happy.
Ah, very well put.
Yeah.
There's definitely
Charles is a wise man.
We're watching the commercials, and most of the commercial spin is on that this will give you happiness.
Mm-hmm.
And it does actually. Retail therapy does give that burst of.
There's an endorphin release that goes on there for sure. But I've noticed like during the move and then now the aftermath of the move, how many things that I've lived without for this past year that I haven't unpacked. And as I'm opening boxes, I'm like, I didn't need you for the past year. Why am I holding on to you?
That's a good dialogue to
have. And it's changed me in a lot of ways. And also I've gotten nudges from other people who were close to me saying, why do you have all this stuff? Why are you holding on to this? Well, because it has this memory or because so-and-so gave it to me.
Yeah.
It has like all of this emotional attachment to it. I can't let it go.
Right.
And it's like little things, but those little things add up to the big thing. I found an entire bag of handwritten notes from junior high school.
I have done that too.
What?
I've had that.
Why?
Well, it's kind of fun. I mean,
it is fun now. Like I can look back, but why have I carried that around for I didn't buy it. It's beside the point. I'm still carrying it around.
Right.
I don't know if I have any tapes, but I have a ton of CDs and a ton of cassette tapes because like everything else, they'll come back around and I can listen to all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Because the music this day is crap.
I have a couple of boxes of cassette tapes that I still have a player that can play them, but I haven't played them in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think on some level, definitely with some of those things that it's hard to really realize how things just don't carry that much worth, even though we put money towards them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard in this technological driven society as well, that these things don't have they don't have a very long lifetime in the whole scheme of things. And so things just age out because of the way that our technology is consistently improving or growing so that they can sell more product. And so, I don't know. One of these
Mhm.
days I'm just going to I'm definitely growing in that arena that I'm like, it just can go. It really can go.
Mhm.
And I will be better for it not being here holding up space.
Right.
I recently cleared out a cupboard and there were 3 sets of china. A couple of the sets just not full sets at all, but they were up at this in the top shelf of one of my cupboards, and they were packed in there,
That you
and
just never open or look at.
yeah, I put them
Yeah,
in there, and
same.
they were holding that space, and I wrapped them up, and I have this avenue where maybe they'll make some money. I don't know, but I have this opportunity to let them go down the road. And I might get some money for them. Otherwise, they're just going to go down the road.
It feels so good. I've noticed as I've been decluttering and getting rid of things that I really don't need, how much lighter the energy is in my home because each item holds energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it also was like a heaviness on me
Right.
as well. So I think that it's also very cathartic to let go of things.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to leave all my stuff to anybody.
Right.
Like I have a collection of crystals and plants. And I told my son, here is your inheritance. Everything else has no value. But here, you don't get rid of these. These are yours.
The crystals and the plants.
Well, I've invested in some rocks.
Yes, you have.
And yeah, that would be really sad if they just went away.
If they were just viewed as rocks and not the valuable crystals.
Well, I hold value. I have value for them. I know my son would appreciate them, but probably not going to hold them at the same value as I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, different.
Don't leave your messes for someone else to take care of.
Yeah, and that's a conscious thing itself, but you have to learn how to live a little bit less minimal. Now, I have actually never really moved.
That's right.
Young.
You've
So
been
I have
in your home forever.
Yes. I moved there when I was in the teens and have not moved. And I'm not in the teens anymore.
No.
So it's another experience because a lot of people declutter and really eliminate things when they move, and I just have not.
Mhm.
So there are times where I find things that just 20 years, sure, why would it have moved, or they've been in a cupboard or since the last remodel? And
Well, so we have all of this acquired stuff, but what about working through, I'll say addiction, because it can be an
Oh, yes.
addiction, but
Yeah.
for lack of a better word right now, of all the things that we continue to acquire through shopping because we need to have it in bulk for some reason, or we need to have it because it's on sale. Like we're never going to see it on sale again. Like, what do you think? What do you think about all of that?
Right. So one thing I realized was that shopping was my weekend activity. It was a regular, consistent thing that I did just about every weekend. That it was.
I do not see that about you at all.
Because it's not how I am anymore.
Yeah.
Used to be a thing. I was, definitely not since I've met you. So you're like, that doesn't even seem like you.
Mm-mm.
But I used to do that. So it was a regular activity and go. And when you put yourself in the environment of shopping, it's very easy because stores design themselves to do that.
Mm-hmm. No, they do.
Right. Or there's the dollar stores where everything's $1 or $1.25 now. And so it's a bargain.
Still a bargain at $1.25. But the crazy thing is, it's not just having that awareness of not gathering things.
Right.
There's a whole economic factor that plays in right now too.
Right.
So like, I have been very leery when I go shopping. Like, do I really need this? Or should I save this $1?
So
And I've never been that way before.
when did that shift for you?
Probably like in the last 6 months.
Oh, where you just really decided to be more fiscally responsible? Or
Well, I love to spend money because I'm like, if I have it, why not spend it? That's what it's for.
Well, there is some energetic concepts or consciousness concepts that says don't hold your money too tightly.
Yeah.
Because that's a hoarding sort of energy too, if you're like holding your money. So then the flow of money.
Exactly. That's how I feel too when I spend it. And I'm like, it'll come back to me.
Oh, true.
It's all good.
Right. But if you're exchanging it for a thing that is going to be energy dense, that's going to hold you back, that's not a good exchange for your money. So there's some awareness. It's like, okay, so I agree that that putting it out there and not holding on to it, but then as you get wiser, discernment that says, well, is it a good exchange for the money, or an awareness of your environment and whether or not there's places, or if there's really, because one of the things I'm going through is paying attention to what I utilize on a regular basis and paying attention to the things that I don't. So just for instance, in my kitchen, there's just like a dozen go-to items that I use all the time in my kitchen.
I've tried that, but it's not going to happen.
And I haven't decluttered everything. I did declutter my utensil drawer, and it's actually been better since I streamlined and I don't have like five turners or spatulas or that type of thing.
I love kitchen gadgets.
I know.
But I love to cook, so I want all the things.
Right. But I'm paying attention to that and going, okay, so that awareness building before I just completely get rid of things. But that there's, it all happens in its time. So
it does.
It doesn't, this isn't something that I'm talking about. That's like, you need to completely like have a revolution in your house. No, I feel like it's an organic process when you look into it. But a lot of times people do not want to break free from their things or don't want to. There is definitely an aspect that happens with grief and holding on to things for emotion. And maybe it's for those of us that are emotionally defined, where we have the tendency to do that more, to hold on to things sentimental wise.
Oh, I'm sure.
I know it's for me.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a factor.
That we have to like completely.
For all of you in the chat room, let's hear what you guys shop for. Like, what's your therapy shopping look like? What are you guys buying? What are you guys hoarding onto? And why do you do it? Like, what's the reason behind it?
Have retail therapy habits.
Yeah. I think it's interesting, and it's not a judgment. I mean, I think every one of us has some kind of something or other.
Oh, right.
Like, I know someone who's addicted to soda pop. And so like they're like constantly looking for sales on soda pop and buying soda pop, like lots and lots and lots of soda.
That could be an expensive habit.
Ugh.
I don't like soda pop that much, but
I have a hard time passing up tools.
Tools?
That's actually a good. I knew someone who collected like wrenches just to collect them. So different how we collect things and why we collect them.
Had a period of time I was collecting these different angels.
Like figurines.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have so many collections. We could be here all night.
Right.
No, it's a problem. You brought this topic up and I was like, oh, wow. I'm not sitting in that hot seat tonight. But thanks for the invitation.
So for real, someone that hasn't used it within the last 6 months pitches it.
Clothes and antiques, someone said. Clothes and antiques. That's fun.
Clothes and antiques.
Yeah.
I have this old, I went to an antique. I can remember when I was on a trip and we went into this antique shop and they had this little booklet that was on Dunkin' Donuts or something like that. And it was an old book. And I still have that. And I look at it and I'm like, I don't even know what to do with that. I bought it one time. I don't know how much I paid for it.
Someone collects marbles.
Oh,
Used to collect marbles and other collectible stuff.
Marbles.
It's really
and
neat. Yeah.
tools and
We all know mine's craft and art supplies,
yeah.
kitchen gadgets.
I don't know about
crystals.
I have
plants, books.
There's so much possibility and knowledge in a book, and I have really good intentions about reading them.
Wow.
I do or I don't read them, but I definitely have a lot of books.
She collects them. Yeah, I mean,
and I like the physical books, so I really like books.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're beautiful.
I agree. My bestie has a collection of books too.
But
she is an author, so she's a writer. She's a word nerd.
I think maybe one day I'm gonna do that author thing.
Oh,
it's in me.
For sure. I'm gonna
it's
make
in my
sure
future
of it.
Yes. Have people asking me, you should do a book or two, or
We'll see.
So there's part of our stuff.
So yeah, I just think it's interesting, but okay, so let's move past that a little bit.
Right.
And work into the aspect of healing the shopping addictions, healing the hoarding, because we know that it's all linked to something much bigger than the endorphin release or the rush you get from the purchase or the collecting.
Correct.
There's a deeper rooted emotional trigger.
Right. So first I have to say, if you're going to heal, it's going to be uncomfortable. Gonna have to get a little uncomfortable.
That just made me think of Wayne's World when you said, if you're going to spew into this. That's what healing feels like. Yes.
It's going to be uncomfortable. It's just like withdrawals. So any sort of addiction, I was driving home last night and listening to a radio show and they were talking about a gambling addiction. And so and one of the things I said, any addiction, there will be withdrawals. So there may be some anxiety and there's so many layers to addiction. But one thing, first and foremost, to heal from that, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. I talk about going into the swamp, and there's generally things we kind of keep under cover, or if we really pack stuff, even if it's emotions or memories or difficult times, we just push them down or put them under cover, or we avoid it. It was brought up earlier. And so you got to start unpacking that a little bit. And there will be most likely a little bit of pain and maybe some tears, and but there's life beyond that of letting this stuff go. So if it were stuff, you've got to practice letting go of it. Like, I can't even say how many trips I took to the local thrift stores to put stuff there.
There was a girl on Netflix that had a show for a little bit. I'm not even sure if it's on there anymore. I haven't been on Netflix in a hot minute, but she wrote a book and it became a Netflix series, or I believe Netflix, how she would go into people's homes and help them. Are you laughing at me?
No, I'm laughing at the comment that came up on the screen. Sorry. It's like multitasking. No.
What are you doing?
No.
I was joking, by the way. I knew what you were doing.
That listener was, I was aware of her wrenches.
Yeah, I figured you knew who she was.
Yeah.
So she has this thing where you pick up the item and hold it to your heart. And if it doesn't spark joy anymore, you let it go. But before you let it go, you thank the item for its time with you, and you give it permission to leave your space. I think that was pretty cool.
I love that technique because it's actually helping you tune in to the energy.
It's a Japanese technique, I believe.
I remember people talking about that. I didn't watch it, but yeah. I mean, that name is somewhere because people would say to have an item actually bring you joy.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're actually learning about feeling the energy,
Mm-hmm.
tuning into an item.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that having it feel joy is definitely different than having a sentimental connection
Right.
to it.
Well, there's that too.
Right. And a lot of times we get kind of trapped. It's really hard. It really can be quite hard to let things go that bring a memory.
Mm-hmm.
This panic that, if we don't have my item, we won't remember that. And it's like, maybe not.
That just reminded me, I have stacks of birthday cards.
Oh.
Even though someone didn't like personally write in them other than love so-and-so. Like they're not their words, but they spent money on a card and gave it to me. So I can't throw it away.
I used to do that. And then I discovered burning things.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. And I actually consciously burned a lot of things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It takes up space, and it's not like I would routinely go and sort through them. They do bring a little joy when you're like, oh, hey, as you're cleaning something out, then you come across it and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Spend 10 minutes reading the cards and having some memories. And
yeah.
But if the idea is to clear the air and put more space in your area, then I grew up. So the other thing that happens with this stuff is that it can be an inheritance. So I know I personally, my family, we always had a lot of stuff. My dad would pick up, my dad would just pick up extra things, surplus things. I don't know if it was from the side of the road, if people had things free, or they'd give it to him. And I remember in my growing up, and there was inevitably a travel trailer, pull behind trailer that was in the yard but not functional.
Oh my
so
gosh.
we would play in them, and we'd had this massive like iron tank, big tank, like you could crawl in. We could crawl in and play inside of it, but I don't even know where I got that. So that's a thing that we've inherited. My niece and I will talk about that, saying, well, this is a family dynamic. And it's been a battle so I grew up with it. I was conditioned with that. It was a normal thing. And I just have to decondition myself or deprogram myself to say, I want more space. I want less clutter around.
Mm-hmm.
I watch myself and tables and surfaces get cluttered with things. And I notice it. I'm like, oh, one of these days, it's not going to be that way. I've got potential.
I just had a private message come in. It's not in chat. Asking, it's for you, Natalie.
Okay.
And for those of you who don't know, we're answering questions. So if you have any questions, just type them in the chat room, or you can direct message me like this listener has. But this listener is going through grief, recent passing, and wondering how you personally navigate your way through grief, not just how you help other people, but how do you personally navigate your way through grief?
Oh, well, so my grief experience was lots of years ago, 15 plus years. So personally, I used a lot of wine, retail therapy.
You were in a different place. Yeah.
I was in a different place. So if you're asking, I mean, I have no problem being honest about how messy I was.
I'll be the same way when I don't know if I'll be healthy when I grieve certain people.
Right. Right. So grief is messy. And from my own personal experience, and I tap into that, 15 plus years later, it is not raw like it was, But if it is
Mhm.
recent and it's anywhere in this like 2 to 5 year time frame, it's still very frequent. So first and foremost, that's what I'd say is that I did some of those things. We find coping mechanisms that kind of help us get through the difficult thing. I truly believe in this sort of process that says, feel the feelings when they're happening. They come up for a reason. And I will even say that your loved one could be standing next to you in the spirit form and touching you or visiting you. And that is oftentimes when the wave hits, if it's not triggered by a song or food in the grocery store. I just talk about crying in the grocery store because the favorite cookies, you've just come across their favorite candy or cookies, and suddenly you're having a grief moment. So I'll say, come on, oh, welcome grief in. Hello, grief. There you are. Come sit down. Let's have some tea. Feel it. It's the best way.
Yeah, I mean, the saying going to get through it, you must go through it.
Yeah.
Is pretty accurate.
Right. So if you develop a habit of letting yourself go, lean in, not out. Lean in, not out. But there's times where you also, that I'm not talking about doing that 24/7. I'm talking about letting it start noticing it's an organic sort of flow to it. But frankly, depending on the loss, you're not in your right self. Your brain is just trying to comprehend the absence of a person, and our brains don't comprehend that very well. So all of those techniques, finding a person that's a good sounding board is also an excellent technique. And not everyone is equipped to sit with grief, with you and grief. There are a lot of people not equipped for that. They don't do it well.
I agree.
So that's my advice with that.
Thank you for sharing.
Bye.
A little change in questions, but we have another one. Can there be a positive and negative addiction? We were talking about collecting and hoarding as addictions, as shopping. And do you feel like there could be a positive
addiction?
A negative addiction? Well, yeah, of course there's negative addictions, but can there be both?
I mean, you could become addicted to physical exercise, and that could be a positive thing.
But it could become negative.
It can. Then you spend so much time at the gym that your loved ones miss you.
Or you get severely unhealthy from over exercising.
Right.
I don't see that ever happening in my forecast.
Me either. Not going to be my problem.
I exercise, but that's not going to happen.
I've actually also heard about people getting addicted to inspirational stories, and they're just like, they become addicted to listening to inspirational things and being inspired all the time, which disconnects them from their own personal life.
And they're not putting any of that into action.
Right. Yeah, it could be like that, where if you're
that'd be like
a lot
reading
of time,
a lot of self-help books but not implementing any of them.
Right. You go from one self-help book to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, and which is very positive cash flow for those selling books.
Absolutely.
And then
now you know what kind of book to write, Natalie.
That's right. Yes. And a lot of times I think addictions can start out as a positive thing. And then those things that are addictive in nature can be positive experiences, even if you want to take in like alcohol, which can be addictive, and not everyone gets trapped into an alcohol addiction. But I've had many fun times where alcohol is involved, but it isn't an addiction. So there can be those things that start out as a positive thing, become a slippery slope, but you've just find yourself trapped in the flow. Even like gambling can be a really fun experience. You can go and have fun. We do. And enjoy the game and the time, and it doesn't have to be something that ends up like taking your life away from you.
Right. Yeah, those addictions.
Yeah. It's just be mindful. And I do have to say, it's a brave thing. It's a brave thing to be able to face something that may be taking you away from your life, and then be willing to start the work.
Okay, and you brought that up, and this is a different direction, but
let's do it.
You know me, I always go down the forks of the road. You say being brave and healing that addiction in your life. And it made me think of the story we tell ourselves. Who would we be without that addiction, that story?
Right.
I think a lot of people are afraid to do the healing because they don't know the person that they'll be without that.
Right.
Whatever that is.
Right.
Even with trauma, like with all kinds of things. But addictions too, they get so comfortable in the addiction, they just are too afraid of who they'll be when they're healthy.
Oh, and that's actually very real, because inevitably, when you start down a path of healing, and you and I both know this, you are bound to have a shift of relationships, and you're going to most likely end up in a different circle of friendships, or, that there are things that will change. And it taps into that part that says, I want to change, but I'm afraid of change, or and that anxiety or fear that comes in. Those are real aspects of as you start a healing process and you're walking through healing. The vulnerability that's required sometimes, and on a healing journey of whether it's addiction or various things that you're going to heal from, the vulnerability to put, even if you put yourself, and if we're even talking about some very practical things like finding a therapist, like just going to therapy and finding a therapist, you have to sit and you have to do some open yourself up and trust in a process that you may just be afraid of or anxious. Or I've had some people that have come to see me or have come through my grief groups, and they've been quite anxious through the first one. I had one woman that it was too much. She left and she said, "I'm sorry, I just was going to crawl out of my skin. I had to run. Maybe I'll be back."
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's brave.
It really is. And the really beautiful thing is that you can come back and revisit that healing anytime you're ready.
Right.
So if you're afraid now, like crawling out of your skin and needing to run away, that's okay.
Yeah. It may not be the time, in various aspects, and trauma has come up sometimes too. So it's not something that you want to just casually, like if you've had traumatic things happen, that's also difficult. And you can go, let's say you just have found a therapist and you want to work through it. And so you go to a session, and then you need like a day to recover, because that it's like having a surgery of some sort.
Absolutely.
And so those are aspects of the healing journey that are real, going through those things. I had a thought that just popped in that was like, it's shifting kind of back to the stuff, but maybe it's just returning to that a little bit more. When you also have to kind of watch, because if you have a habit of acquiring and then you get rid of stuff, then you may fill the empty spots up.
Facts.
It's like, oh, there's that spot. And so you can fill it up. So there can be maybe you want to foster an appreciation for
the empty space.
For the empty space. Like, oh, I just love that empty space.
I think
looks
there's
so
something
good.
to be said about that.
Something.
It makes me really uncomfortable.
Me too, because I don't have. Oh, me too.
Like my windowsills have to
Mhm.
have stuff in all of them.
Mine too.
Plants, crystals, pictures. Like, no, we're not having blank windowsills.
Right.
When there's a ledge there to put stuff on, you put stuff
Do
on it.
put stuff. I agree.
But part of the joy of going to my home, and as I create it even more so, is just like there's something you can see everywhere
Right.
that sparks joy.
So
At
that-
least for me, it's my
right.
home. I can do that.
Well,
so.
your home is artfully placed as well, so it doesn't really come off as a clutter box.
In my brain, it's going to be even more so. We'll see how that goes.
It's going to be beautiful.
Not because I'm going to go shopping. I already have the things.
Right.
I'm hoarding them already.
the last time I redistributed some things that were sitting, but they weren't art. They weren't placed. They were just there. And so I do find that that's refreshing and a fun experience to shuffle things around the house and place them instead of just storing them.
Someone just asked about my crystal addiction. I get most of my crystals from my shop. Just to answer that. Vibesnow.com.
Oh,
I have a spiritual healing center and retail space. The online shopping isn't ideal, but I'm working on that still. But I do one-on-one shopping experiences. So if you feel the urge to shop for crystals,
she's a good shopper.
We hand select everything. All beautiful crystals. That's how I find most of my babies.
Yeah, me too.
They're good.
I got a big tree form of ocean jasper that I love because it's right there every day by my sink
It's
in my kitchen.
top 5. Love
it just
the
had to
OJ.
come home with me.
Yeah. I know what piece you're talking about.
It
almost went home with me first. And I was like, how many pieces of ocean jasper do you need? Talk about hoarding the same thing over and over. As many as I want. And that's the answer to that.
Yeah, I can have what I want. Yes, you can.
It brings me joy.
Yeah. So do we have any other questions that are there?
Not right now.
Not right now.
But you guys are doing good. Keep them coming.
I know. This has been fun. I like the questions and the interaction.
So let's switch gears a little bit. I know you were going to guide, but I feel like this topic's kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, no, it's good. See, you are there's a reason why you've been a successful host for a long time.
Well, we can only be a dead horse for so long. We got the point. Keeping ourselves energetically clean and healthy. So there's this time that we're going through right now.
Right now.
Where nothing is, I shouldn't say nothing. The environment in which we are living in, energetically, politically, spiritually, is caca.
It is.
So how do we keep ourselves energetically clean and healthy?
That is such a profound question.
What is your answer?
Well, there's lots of different ways to do that. But I'm going to touch back onto something I touched else there. We really have to foster awareness, because a lot of times we can go through life without an awareness that we're energetically dirty. So that's a factor. Because what if you just like, I'm good, I'm not being bothered.
You're oblivious.
So
I'm sorry. It's the truth. I'm calling you out.
If you're just oblivious. Well, one way to notice is, do your shoulders come up to your ears? And is there tension across your back there, right there, across your neck and down through that shoulder blade area?
Remember that
there?
Wiggle dance I was talking about earlier?
Yes.
Shake it out.
The monkey like play. Yes. So that's one way to notice that there's some energy stuff going on. So you got to notice that. And then there is this is one thing that I like this because it's kind of we're talking about our own. So I've noticed recently I come home, I don't Facebook is an interesting thing, or being pulled into the phone and social media. And so I'll come home and I'll just kind of sit in the car and like do a little of that, just going
Before
through my
you go in
phone
the
for a minute
house.
before I'm going in the house. And I was contemplating that, noticing that. And I was wondering if that was a decompress time, because that is one way to just draw down the energies before I go into my space.
I do that. Yeah, I don't go home and browse for hours like I know some people can.
So then I keep that outside of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing of paying attention to, of what you're consuming.
Mm-hmm.
And so other than that, showers are great ways of energetically clearing.
I was just about to say, just go take a shower.
Take a shower. Water
That's my
is
go-to.
magical.
Yes, and we are made of water. All we're doing is connecting to ourselves in those moments.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of people will do smudging. They'll burn sage or Palo Santo,
Mhm.
and me personally, I've watched people
Which
that
you can also get at vibesnow.com.
They have such a selection. Sweetgrass. That's a beautiful thing to burn too.
Mm-hmm.
Sweetgrass. So my education was watching people use it, because I didn't intuitively or inherently have a connection with those things. I wasn't raised with it. It wasn't something my mom did.
Mm-hmm.
So I would watch people, and then I would practice it a little. I didn't necessarily know, but I've developed a relationship with some of those plants and burning them, and just that whole action. It also gives me a little bit of confidence that maybe I could do something. Whether it may be a little bit of placebo effect. It's like, burn this and I'll feel better. But it's been research-based that they do clear the air. What?
Absolutely. Yeah. They clear the air energetically. And like even scientifically, it's been proven.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I love going out and with my bare feet and grounding. Bare feet in the earth, or that is a very useful way of.
I love when people say that, because that's not something I do. I'm allergic to grass. And if I step on grass on my bare feet, like I'll get blisters. Like it's bad.
I'll just sometimes do it on the concrete.
Yeah, I'll do it sometimes. But when I'm like, I really just want to feel the grass, and I'll pay the consequence.
Oh.
But grounding is a thing.
It is a thing. Earthing. Or it can also be referred to as earthing.
Yes, earthing. But also the way that I learned to do that, shift that, is actually sitting on a blanket on the grass and burning sage or palo under my feet.
Oh.
So I'm getting the energy still from the earth.
And you're outside.
I'm outside. I'm also burning what I call medicine. And that's how I do it. I like it.
Being in the sunlight too, because the sun is its own sort of cleaning agent.
Mm-hmm.
So just, you don't have to go and like lay in it for a long time, but just being outside with wide open airspace and sun, that can be helpful in clearing yourself energetically.
Yeah, absolutely.
And shall we talk about the mental space?
Let's talk about it.
The mental space, that mind what you think matters.
Yeah, I think that out of everything is what is most important. Your mind is such a powerful tool. We underestimate it all the time.
It's true.
If we're having a great day, it's because we chose to. If we're having a bad day, it's because we chose to. Like everything is in our control.
Yes. And if you didn't actively choose, then it's a default setting that you chose somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So watch those default settings. Listen to the voices in your head And don't be afraid to set up a new culture in there.
Yeah. A new operating system.
Or you could just be willing. You can say, we do not tolerate that sort of negative talk around these parts.
Mm-mm. No. There have been times where I am not using being an empath as an excuse. Let me just put that out there. But I'm a very empathic soul.
Mm-hmm.
I feel things that aren't mine all day, every day. And I've gotten mostly good at deciphering what's mine and what's not mine. And when it's not mine, there are times that I can't always get that cleared.
Right.
What do you suggest with that?
So,
for me and all my other empathic friends,
I do find that empaths are,
excuse me,
very good at, you feel it, so it's already entered to your space.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a few things. One is the awareness that you are like acting as a vacuum cleaner or a sponge
mm-hmm.
versus a filter or a sieve.
Mm-hmm.
So you're, and so that may be an aspect of where you ponder on that. And are you actually being more of a vacuum cleaner or a sponge?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a real thing that energetically dirty people, you know, the old Peanuts with Pigpen running around, that character that was in Peanuts, the Pigpen, he's always got the dust going on.
Yeah.
There are some people that are like that, and then you just tend to get really dirty. So there is a trick that says it can go back, return to sender.
Yeah, this is not mine. Take it with you,
or return, or even if it's you've carried that away from an interaction, it's like, nope, I really send this, return to sender, or return to the universe, and the universe or the earth is a great recycler.
Absolutely. We take advantage of the universe, and then we, in these, I'll say, negative ways, and don't use the universe in the way that it's meant to be used in the powerful ways.
Right.
It's crazy, but we don't know until we know.
Well, it's true. It's all a learning process.
Oh yeah.
It's such a school.
We're here for it. We're here for the school.
I think I've definitely seen the empaths, when you feel it so deeply, it's really, when you feel someone going through a difficult time, it makes sense that you would want to help and rescue them from the difficult time. Another thing that I want to say for people that feel very empathic, or they do feel people's stuff, that person got themselves there. That's their lesson to learn.
Mm-hmm. You can't take that from them.
You really, 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 really can't. And that's a big lesson in itself, to understand that each person is on their own pathway. And no matter how much you vacuum up from them, if they are going to stay in their cycle of whatever it is that they're doing, you just can't. I've had my experience where for several years working with someone, and the sameness of the conversation over and over, having the same troubles over and over again. And then just the realization that's like, oh, well, don't work harder than the person you're trying to help. Don't do it. It's a bad idea.
I've learned that the hard way.
Right. Just like, do it for a minute. I have definitely discovered through all of my experience, personal and professional, that people will often choose their crappy or their drama. Like, they will just keep choosing that.
On repeat, you mean?
Yeah. They're just, until they're willing to do that work, like we were talking about, to enter the shift, to let go of the things that are creating a lot of their drama or their difficult situations.
I agree. We only have a few minutes left before we have to wrap up,
I
and the
can't
show
believe that's
is
already.
over.
Wow.
Okay, let's leave on a positive note.
Yes, let's do it.
We've talked about some good things, some heavy things, some challenging things, some healing things, some funny things, all the things. What is one thing that you would like to share that wasn't shared tonight that you'd like to leave with the listeners?
Oh, put me on the spot. It's
I do
let my
that.
brain. Yeah, see, this is why.
Like you were a
Good.
guest.
Right.
Mhm.
That wasn't shared.
While you're filling that out,
Yes.
I'll just take a moment to thank everybody for their participation and all of their thoughts and shares here on all of the chat forums that we have on KGRA Digital Broadcasting. Your support means the world to us. And thanks for rolling with us while our guest had to reschedule and just being with us regardless. We're just so grateful for all of you.
So, pamper. So pamper yourself. Don't, it's good to be generous to yourself. It's good to be kind to yourself. So that's something I would want to share. That's like, give yourself a treat every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep. That's what I would say.
We're so hard on
Be
ourselves.
so kind to yourself. Like, really mean it, though. Like,
like some of this action.
Yes. A good self-hug every once in a while. Never hurt nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. So good. Well, it definitely has been fun learning more from you tonight, Natalie. Thanks for rolling with the punches tonight and being put on the spot the last minute. And I'm really glad that you're here being my co-host this year. It's so much fun and it's great to have you here. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And again, to all of you, our Wanderers, we'll be back here next week with our newest guest, Meredith Herrenbrook. She visited us 2 years ago this month. So it'll be good to catch up with her and hear what she has to say and share with us about family and soul connections and constellations and a bunch of other things. She does a bunch of other things. So
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Soul connection.
Good. She was really popular last time she was here. So we're finally getting her back. And so we'll see you all then. Until next week, be good to yourself and be good to each other. Good night, everyone.
Have a great one.